when it comes to updating WordPress, generally when you log into your WordPress site, it will tell you whether your site needs to be upgraded to a later version. And what will tend to happen, and I'm going to use the manual upgrade methods in this example so you can see how it works in the most time-consuming way, because as later videos show you, we also cover the automatic upgrade methods, which usually involve just pressing a button and things work automatically. I tend to do a lot of my maintenance manually because I want to keep archived copies of what I'm doing for the reasons I've just explained, if I have to go back and get earlier versions. And I'll give you just an example before I move on with, for example, the WordPress plugins. There was a plugin a while back that I upgraded, a WordPress, let me just find it here. Here we go. There was a WordPress plugin, WordPress security plugin, which when people upgraded to version 2.0.4, what happened was many sites went down. Errors happened. There was something faulty in the plugin, and there were messages across many forums. People had just updated and received fatal errors. So, and when that happened, what the remedy was to actually reinstall, was to delete this latest version and reinstall an earlier version. Now, as I explained earlier, if for those people who didn't have an organizational system, it meant having to go and chase up where the previous version, first of all, what was the previous version that they just deleted, and where can you find and download an older version of a plugin. In my case, because I'm using a method of organization, my plugin was right in the folder where I needed it. I just basically deleted the new one and uploaded an older version, and I had my site working again in just a matter of minutes. So that's the importance of getting organized. So let's just take a look at how this organizational system works. Well, as I was saying before, when you log into your WordPress site, sometimes you will see a message saying that your site needs to be upgraded to the latest version. Generally, this will involve downloading the latest version from the WordPress site. So what we do here is we'll download, click the download button. Okay, now we're going to save the latest version of WordPress at the time of making this video, which is WordPress 3.2.1, and we're going to save it into the folders we've just set up. So locate the WordPress folder that we've just set up, locate WP updates folder, and you can see we have up to the version prior to 3.2.1, which was 3.2. So all we're going to do now is create a new folder, call it WP 3.2.1, and download the latest WordPress version into our folder. Okay, now that that's done, we haven't finished yet. Here are the next steps. Open up your updates folder, we locate the file that we've just downloaded and unzip that. So if you've got an application, extract it to the same folder you've just downloaded it. Okay, now we have the unzipped installation files for the latest WordPress upgrade. Here's what we do next. Open up this folder. Let me just change the view here. And delete the content, WP content folder. Just delete that. And the reason for that is because when you're upgrading your WordPress, you will have already a WP content folder that will have the theme you're using, the plugins, and by deleting the WP content, it just ensures that you won't be overwriting your existing plugins and theme with the new information. So it's just a safety measure. but what we do is we delete that folder because that's unnecessary, and go up one level. And then what we do is we zip this again, there you go. Now we have the original download installation of the latest version upgrade of WordPress. We have the extracted folder without the WP content, and we have a zipped file of that WordPress folder without the WP content. And in later videos, video tutorials and training modules, I'll explain to you why we have these versions. One is for when you upgrade automatically, and one is for when you upgrade manually. But for now, all we have to do is just set it up right. So now we've got the latest version of WordPress set up, and we've already optimized the files. So here we have the latest version, and now we can perform the upgrades when it's time, and that's covered in later videos. Okay, so now let's take a look at how we use the same organization system to keep our plugins organized. In this example, this is just a WordPress site I've logged into, and you can see that one of the plugins needs to be upgraded. So I won't be doing the update automatic here. I want to have a copy of this upgraded file in my system in case I need to retrieve it later, as I've just explained. So we'll click here. Okay, this brings up a plugin information screen. We then go to the actual plugin page. And when we get to the plugin page for this plugin, we are going to download the latest version into the plugins folder on a hard drive. So click on the download button, and now let's save this. Into our plugins folder. So locate the plugin folder. You can see we're now downloading version 5.0.0. So create a folder called version 5.0.0 and save that. Usually plugins download very quickly. Now that we've saved it into the folder, let's go back and open up the folder for the plugin. Here it is. Once again, extract it to the same folder you've downloaded it. And now this plugin is ready to be uploaded automatically, the zipped version, and this is ready to be uploaded using the manual method, such as FTP, which I'll show in a later video, if your server doesn't allow you to do automatic upgrades, and some servers don't. The last step, as I mentioned before, is if you're managing multiple WordPress sites, then what I do is I copy this folder and I come to the latest upgrade plugins. So now we come into the latest plugins folder, open that up. The latest plugins folder only has the latest versions of the plugins. These are the actual folders that get uploaded to the server. So where in this example, let me just show you here. So for example, if I have the share, this plugins folder, it's got all the previous versions. In the latest plugins folder, you've only got the latest version always. So since I copied the latest version of this plugin to my clipboard, now I'm just simply going to right click and go paste, and it's going to ask me if I want to overwrite the current folders and files I have with the latest ones that I have stored in my clipboard. So go yes to all, and it's done. Now my latest plugins folder has all of the latest plugins that I need to perform the maintenance and upgrades on every single WordPress site that I manage. So hopefully this has shown you the importance of having an organizational system, so you can always reference all of your previous upgrades, files, folders, themes, all of that. If you need to, you've got it in one location, easy to get to, and what you'll find is after a while it just becomes a very automated way of doing it. When it's time to upgrade, you simply download it to the correct folder, extract it, modify the files if you need to, and it's ready to go for the upgrades. So hopefully you found this video useful, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.